Information provided on the Forever Young Show by its host or sponsors is for educational and personal alternatives. Statements have not been established by the Food and Drug Administration. They are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Be smart and become the healthiest you. Stay tuned for the Forever Young radio show with health journalist and fitness enthusiast Carrie Nosler, who is joined by health educator and executive producer Kelly Capasola. And now, Forever Young.
And we started the show out telling you about what to expect in the next couple hours. Well, it's now time to move on to that. We're going to be handling the topic of maintaining healthy DHEA levels, and we're going to be talking about a revolutionary transdermal cream and why it's better versus the pill form. Science says it, not us, folks, and highlighting Twist 25. Today, our guest is a return guest for most of you who are loyal Forever Young listeners. It's Hugh Woodward. He's the president of Health to Go, and they are the makers of Twist 25, which we're going to be highlighting today. Hugh has a Master of Science in Healthcare Services Administration from Trinity University and a Business Management from the University of Texas at Austin. Before Hugh founded Health to Go in 2007, he was working as an administrative director of surgery and anesthesia, managing the operating room, surgical and anesthesiology services, and just worked all over. He's so has always put himself into his work, and that's why we're so happy that he decided in 2007 to start Health to Go, because with research and leading-edge technology and wellness products, he really makes sure that he's bringing to people a good, effective product at a good cost. And that's important, folks. You have to make sure that you're using the best quality products. And so Carrie and I are very excited to talk to Hugh today and talk about Twist 25. Hi, Hugh. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Carrie. How are y'all?
Good morning. Good morning.
Wow.
Nice to talk to you as well. Hugh, I just wanted to add one thing when you're looking at your resume here. We have to add as well that your dad, Dr. Woodward, has been a leading gynecologist and one of the real pioneers in the whole field of bioidentical hormone replacement. So certainly growing up, you had a great opportunity to witness firsthand just some of the benefits from the anti-aging strategies that he used in terms of hormone replacement.
Yeah, that's so right. My father really set me off on the right track with regard to health and why we feel healthy and stay healthy as we get older and so he's focused on bioidentical hormone replacement, particularly for women, as a gynecologist in Dallas at Medical City, and he's been doing that for 30, 40 years almost now. So,
with all the hormones that you had at your disposal, so to speak, what really caught your attention as far as DHEA and its importance for our health?
Well, about 7 years ago, I was talking to my father, and as always, he's got new health ideas and advances that have come out. And he says, Hugh, I have diabetes. And he says, Hugh, I really want you to try this cream. I think, you'll probably see some benefits from it. Try this cream for about a month and see what you think. So I tried it, and we talked again about a month later, and he says, so how are you doing with your diabetes? And I said, well, my diabetes is fine, and it really hasn't changed much, but I feel great. I said, what is that? What is doing that? And that's when he told me about DHEA and what it is and explained that to me. And that was where I did this aha, oh my God, we've got to research this. We've got to bring it to the people. This is too good. It's amazing. So that's where it all started. And so I began the company Health to Go in March of 2007. And we brought out...
I remember when the first headlines came out in the news about DHEA some time ago. I think it was Dr. Regelson. Is that the fellow who kind of pioneered the popular acceptance of DHEA? And it was touted as the longevity hormone, the anti-aging hormone. And it almost sounded too good to be true.
Well, and the amazing part is they had most of it right. All the different wonderful things that DHEA does in our bodies was something that they had right, but what they missed was the method of use. the method of administration, and how to use it to get those benefits. And that's the part that many have missed the boat on for some 20 or 25 years.
But there's no doubt that obviously even using, let's say inferior delivery methods, it did produce some results. But what you're saying is that there's a way to kind of get beyond some of the limitations of that, of the normal way, I should say, of using DHEA, which is as a pill, because of the process by the way in which hormones are eventually incorporated into the body. You've got a different way of doing that.
Right. That's exactly right. I don't want to confuse people. First, it's important that you understand what DHEA is. It's short for dehydroepiandrosterone, which is it's kind of a pro-hormone. It's a base building block for many of the other hormones. Some 50 other hormones in the body use it as a base, and we all have it in our bodies. We make and use it naturally in the system. It's the most abundant base in the body for hormones, and it is something that we make more and more of as we get older until about age 25. And then when we're in our, what they say is reproductive prime, then we all make about, whether male or female, about 2% less per year. So that means that by age 35, we're all making about 20% less per year, and age 50, about half as much as we did when we were in our prime, if you will. So that's why this is so important, and using a DHEA supplement the right way makes such a difference. So I kind of want to give people that foundation.
Yeah, and some of the ways that people kind of can see that they've lost those levels is they typically begin to lose energy, or, they have a lack of mental sharpness, or a lack of sex drive, or they're not sleeping well at night. And, I've read study after study about the benefit of hormones when it comes to sleep. If you're not sleeping, you can really set yourself up for some major issues, can't you, Hugh?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's right. It's because it's such a base for so many different things, and hormones drive how we sleep, our mood, our focus, fat buildup, sex drive, anti-cancer benefits. All these different things are driven by hormones, and our bodies really depend on hormones to feel good, to be what we can be.
And I think that when you were mentioning the sleep benefits, part of that was because the REM sleep, the most restorative part of the whole night's experience, is really enhanced with the use of DHEA.
Yeah, that's really important. They've done some recent studies and found that DHEA, if you've got higher levels of DHEA, you've got higher levels or better, deeper REM sleep. And that's really important research information, because when you get good sound sleep at night, you wake up feeling, energized and alive, and that sets the whole day out on the right foot.
Say if you don't have that as you age, then of course you're not going to feel as energetic in the morning, and you're not going to get into the deeper parts of sleep where things like growth hormone need to be expressed in order to rebuild the body as well. So as you said, it's kind of the building block for all kinds of functions in the system, and it begins actually with the ability to restore yourself from the day's activities, and if that doesn't happen, then you're in trouble. And you also mentioned fat burning. I think it's partly tied to that as well, because when you get into that deep sleep, then the body can go about the process of kind of accessing some of that stored fat for energy.
Right, that's right. It's been shown that DHEA levels are tied to both visceral and subcutaneous belly fat. If people with lower DHEA levels tend to have more belly fat. People with higher DHEA levels tend to have less belly fat, and there's actually a study in the Journal of American Medical Association that showed this, and so that's really important. It helps with the insulin sensitivity, so that people your metabolism is just functioning more efficiently. when you've got good DHEA.
Boy, when you
levels.
said that, Hugh, I must say you sent me over some great studies, and I really appreciated the fact that the studies you sent me, you know, you could find them on PubMed, PubMed.gov, which is where all the repository of the relevant studies get done. So this is not just some kind of well, I think this or I think that, or you know, this is a good idea. This is the basis of real scientific research. But when you mention insulin sensitivity, that's kind of the heart of the whole problem we've got today. If you don't have insulin, the proper use of insulin in the body, as you say, type 2 diabetes, you've got weight gain, hypertension, cardiovascular disease. All of those things are amplified when your insulin levels are not correctly monitored.
That's right.
Well, we're going to break, folks. You're hearing it live here on Forever Young. We're talking to Hugh Woodward of Twist25. Go to twist25.com over the break. Be right back.
Have you noticed past the age of 30 your energy level, mood, skin, and body has changed and maybe not for the better? It may have to do with DHEA levels. DHEA is an important building block for more than 50 different hormones, and the body naturally produces DHEA. We make the most DHEA in our prime, between the ages of 18 and 25. DHEA levels decline each year in men and women after about age 30. Research has established that maintaining healthy DHEA levels may help us feel more energetic, help reduce belly fat, and help us to get a better night's sleep. Often youthful levels of DHEA are tied to good health, while declining levels can contribute to an assortment of common health problems. Twist25 is a high-quality DHEA supplement cream that absorbs easily into the skin, leaving no odor or oily residue. To learn more, visit www.twist25.com or call toll-free 888-489-4782. Look your best, feel your best with Twist25. 888-489-4782.
Well, welcome back to Forever Young. So glad you can join us again after the break. Before we went to break, we were talking to Hugh Woodward, president of Health to Go, about DHEA and why it's so important, why that hormone is so essential when it comes to all of us and why we need it. And we were talking about a little bit about Twist25, which we're going to get into as we get more into the show. But Hugh, I kind of wanted to just put this out there for a minute and let the listeners know about my journey and my story about taking Twist25, if that's okay.
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah.
So, you know, I've almost been taking it now for about 2 years. It's going like on a year and 8 months, I think it is. And boy, let me tell you, I saw a major change. People who've listened to the show for years know that I don't live in a glass house. I transformed my health. I've lost weight. I exercise. I eat better. I mean, all the things we're telling you to do on the show, we're trying to follow as well. So I kind of came across it. I tried the Twist25, and I was thinking, okay, well, when I started taking it, I was 36, and I'm like, do I really even need this? I guess I'll try it. And what turned me on about wanting to take it is because I read a study on the difference in visceral fat when adding DHEA into your lifestyle. So although I was working out all the time, I still had that pooch around the midsection that I was trying to get rid of, and sit-ups which just weren't cutting it. I mean, I tried to do the sit-ups, but they just weren't cutting it. So I ended up trying the Twist25. And so I tried it for about 2 weeks to really give it a fair trial to see if I felt any different. I kept a little bit of a journal to track my stuff throughout the day, because anytime I add something new, I start attributing when I take it, how I take it, and how I feel. That's how you kind of know if you want to stay on something or if you need to kind of tweak how much you're taking. So in the first week, I noticed that I was more optimistic and I had more energy, especially after I was doing my boot camps in the morning. Instead of being tired, I felt that I had that more get up and go. So everything was going great, okay? And then 6 months later, I ran out, and I said, I ran out. I'll get it next week when I go down to Dallas. So in that week, I became like an animal. I have to tell you, after I got off of it, my whole family was saying to me, "What is wrong with you today? What's going on with you this week?" And I said, "I don't know." And then I realized that it was because I stopped taking the Twist 25. So I got back on it. The rest is history. My family started loving me again, and I've been able to lose an additional 12 pounds with taking the DHEA, so especially through Twist 25. So that's kind of my story. I know it was a little long-winded, but in short, I love Twist 25. I tell everybody I know about it, and it's great, not just for women, but I also have some male friends who use it as well, and they have just benefited greatly. So I want to thank you for making Twist 25, and I hope you make it for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's so great to hear, Kelly. We hear from customers around the country really every day with similar stories, and it's so neat to hear the difference it makes in people's lives. That's so great.
I'm going to give it a shot, too, because I work out a lot, and
yes.
If it improves anything in my workout, boy, I'll let everyone know, believe me.
It's all the little things that we do that make the big things happen, and this is one of the little things that we can do each day that you'll notice so many subtle improvements, whether it be mood, how you sleep at night, belly fat, sex drive. It's a long list. I want to kind of focus on really the top 3 today because, you know, we'll do other shows in the future. But with you know, when we started, we were talking about how it helps people sleep better at night,
right,
and then have more energy as a result the next day. They begin to lose abdominal fat. But one thing that it's kind of amazing to me that 25 million people say they suffer from some kind of midlife depression. That's 10% of our population that just feels blah, no drive, no go each day, and that's hormone driven. And so rather than call it depression, I like to call it just not being in as good a mood as you could be, right?
Right.
Just not quite as happy. And I think DHEA drives a lot of that, especially when we get to ages of, like, say 35 to 40 for women, or even 45, where they're going into what's called premenopause or perimenopause, where they're just beginning to make a little bit less hormones, and they feel that in lots of different ways. And some folks get on these chemical antidepressants, and it's like, oh, no. Just try Twist 25 first, please. Just try Twist 25, you know, because it's such a simple thing, and it's something that's there naturally anyway. I want to encourage listeners to just give that a try and see what it does. Your mood improves. It's remarkable.
And let me give the listeners the information in case they would like to start reaping the benefits of Twist 25 like I have, and really, you know, make a couple changes in their life. Luckily, Health to Go is a great partner of the show, so they're always making sure that they give our listeners the best possible way to order at the cheapest price. So, again, go to twist25.com today if you prefer to order online. That's twist25.com. Enter the coupon code Forever Young, and you will get 10% off and also free shipping on the Twist 25 DHEA cream. Again, that's twist25.com if you prefer to buy online. Coupon code Forever Young. Again, 10% off and free shipping. If you prefer to call, the number is 888-489-4782. Again, that's 888-489-4782. Mention Forever Young, and you're going to get 10% off and free shipping. Now, remember, if you guys want to buy maybe 3 bottles at a time or 6 bottles at a time, there's also a quantity discount that you can get on the website, and that's in addition to the 10% and free shipping. So, again, twist25.com or 888-489-4782. For those of you who want to learn about it later, you can go to foreveryoungradio.com and find all this great information on our weekly highlight page. Hugh, one of the areas that I kind of wanted to talk to you about is you mentioned premenopausal in women, but what about for men? I mean, I know men kind of go through this thing called andropause. That's like the new buzzword in the last couple of years. Do you think the DHEA levels can be attributed to maybe men going through that midlife crisis?
I absolutely do, and that's why when I started using Twist 25 cream, I was 39, and I was starting to feel those effects where You're starting to get a little bit more midsection, a little bit more belly than you used to have, right? Just not quite as go as you are when you're 20, 25 years old. And that's hormone driven. And it's just the same for men as it is for women. When you get to be 35, 40, a lot of men say, no, I'm just the same as I ever was. But truth is, we all get older, and this is one of those things that staves off so many of those sort of andropausal symptoms, just like it's called menopause in women, it's andropause in men, and it just staves that off, which is a real blessing.
Now, Hugh, one thing I wanted to mention that you really helped me understand just how important it is to get the right form of DHEA in the body, and that's exactly what you've done with the cream, because I've had blood tests taken before, and they measured something. Well, they measured DHEA-S, the sulfite form, and you were telling me that I'm just not getting all the benefits when I do that.
Yeah, DHEA-S is very different from DHEA, and that is very important as to why you've got to use a cream rather than a pill. DHEA-S, as it turns out, is what they measure for. So when you go to the labs and they take your blood and they say what your DHEA level is, they're actually telling you what your DHEA sulfate level is, and that's a close cousin. It's a very consistent thing in the body, so it's more easily measured. And it provides an indicator that's correlated to your DHEA levels. They always thought that DHEA could be converted from DHEA sulfate and DHEA sulfate from DHEA back and forth as the body needed. Well, what they found out recently, Dr. Hammer did this study in Germany at the University of Munich, I believe, but said that showed that DHEA can be made into DHEA sulfate in the body, but DHEA sulfate can't be made into DHEA. And DHEA is what's the base or foundation for some 50 different hormones, particularly the androgens that are the ones that make us feel good, like after you work out or after sex, where you've got that kind of euphoric feeling. That's from that DHEA and the hormones downstream from that, the nitric oxide pathway is enhanced. But what, I guess to boil it down, basically when you use it as a pill, the only thing that's increased in the system is DHEA sulfate, not DHEA.
All right, good point. So we'll talk more about that when we come back from break. Again, go to twist25.com, learn more over the break, and use the coupon code Forever Young. We'll be back. Carrie and Kelly talking to Hugh Woodward of Health to Go, focusing on DHEA. We'll be back.
As the age of 30, your energy level, mood, skin, and body is changed, and maybe not for the better. It may have to do with DHEA levels. DHEA is an important building block for more than 50 different hormones, and the body naturally produces DHEA. We make the most DHEA in our prime between the ages of 18 to 25. DHEA levels decline each year in men and women after about age 30. Research has established that maintaining healthy DHEA levels may help us feel more energetic, help reduce belly fat, and help us get a better night's sleep. Often, youthful levels of DHEA are tied to good health, while declining levels can contribute to an assortment of common health problems. Twist 25 is a high-quality DHEA supplement cream that absorbs easily into the skin, leaving no odor or oily residue. To learn more, visit twist25.com or call toll-free 888-489-4782. Look and feel your best with Twist 25, 888-489-4782.
I get wings to fly. Oh, I'm alive.
Welcome back to Forever Young. Before the break, Hugh was telling Carrie and I all about the difference of DHEA sulfite and DHEA and why it's more beneficial, as science has shown, to take it in a cream form versus a pill form. Some of the areas we've covered already is the benefits of DHEA for mood, for sleep, for abdominal fat. I mean, who doesn't want to get the benefit out of all three of those, whether you're male or female? I mean, that's something in life that we're all needing. We need more sleep. We're hustle and bustling in today's world, and we need to make sure we're keeping that mood up so we can give our family the best of us that we can after we've put in 8 or 10 hours a day of work. And that midsection, as Hugh was sharing, even he experienced that weight started creeping up around the midsection. So eager to hear more. Let's get back into it. Hugh, do you want to continue on and share with Carrie and I why the cream form and why not the pill form?
Yeah, well, the cream is a pharmaceutical-grade bioidentical DHEA. Bioidentical DHEA means it's exactly what the body makes naturally. So it's something that's in the body naturally. It's not a foreign substance. You're not putting weird chemicals on your body. And what's really important is that you're rubbing this on daily on the skin, and it turns out that most DHEA metabolism, they've realized, goes on in the biggest organ of the body, which is the dermis, the skin. So you're putting what's there naturally back, and you're putting it there where your body can process it just like it does naturally. And it's also really, really good for the skin. So a lot of folks put it on their face. They'll put it over their eyebrows, on their forehead, around their cheeks, where people tend to get what they call them crow's feet, the lines, they're in kind of on the sides of your cheeks or eyes. And they notice that it improves their skin hydration, and their skin is softer and smoother. And that's because DHEA is a base for sebum, which is also known as skin oils. So that's another benefit. And it's also, as a cream, it's got protective effects against both chemical carcinogens and UV carcinogens, sunlight.
Right.
So it's really good as a protective thing, anti-cancer protective thing for skin. And for that matter, some of the concerns about it have been that, this might increase my risks of cancer. No, actually, the research is showing the contrary. What they're finding is that if you've got higher levels of DHEA, you've got a lower risk of developing cancers of all types, not just be it prostate or breast cancer, but cancers of all kinds. And that is really exciting news because those anti-cancer effects, that's important to all of us.
Very important for us. I mean, we all live in a toxic world, and we're up against things, even though we're trying to do our best. We have genetic issues as well. So I love that. And I love that we've highlighted the benefits of DHEA, but let's talk about Twist 25 itself and talk about what it doesn't have and why I like it. I mean, the greatest part about it is there's no oily residue when using it. It's fragrance-free. It doesn't contain soy, gluten, parabens, any of that other stuff that we want to try to stay away from, especially in our skincare products. And I have to be honest, I've been using the Twist 25 in between my eyebrows because as aging has hit, I've been starting to get the elusive number 11 that all of us women can relate to from, I'm sure, raising our eyebrows at all the guys in our life. So I've been using it. I've seen a little bit of a change. And another thing that it contains in the Twist 25 formula is that great coenzyme Q10 and vitamin E, which is shown in research how wonderful it is to make sure you're getting enough of those levels in your body every day.
Yeah, we have added those ingredients. The coenzyme Q10 and vitamin E are just some extra things that really it's all the little things we do, and this is just so important. We encourage people to put it next to your toothbrush and toothpaste. Yeah. When you brush your teeth in the morning and the evening, put on your Twist 25 cream. It's just a great way to make it part of your routine every day.
And before we get into the show more, I know Carrie has some additional questions like how can people use it and all that good stuff. Let me give the information because we're going to be running out of time here in about 8 minutes. So again, Twist 25, wonderful. I've used it for almost 2 years now. I know it can benefit you guys like it's benefited me. And they've made it so easy today, Health to Go, to be able to try it. Now, we recommend trying anything for 90 days. I mean, that's when you're really going to be able to know and see a difference. I saw a change in the first 2 weeks. But again, if something's working, you need to continue to take it. Otherwise, just looking at it sitting in your bathroom next to your toothbrush isn't going to get it in your system. So Again, Twist 25 has a wonderful offer for the Forever Young listeners today. I want you to keep in mind this is a great Valentine's Day gift to give to somebody in your life. Start doing it together if you're a couple. Start taking the Twist 25 DHEA cream together, and that's always fun to do things. So today when calling and mentioning Forever Young, you're going to get 10% off your order, and you're also going to get free shipping. The number is 888-489-4782. Again, 888-489-4782. Or it's also available on the web at twist25.com. That's twist25.com. Put in the coupon code Forever Young at time of checkout, and you're going to save that 10% off and get free shipping. Now, again, I mentioned earlier that if you want to buy 3 bottles or even 12 bottles, as some of the listeners do, you can get it even cheaper, and you'll get that 10% off and free shipping in addition to that. So, again, 888-489-4782. And thank you so much, Hugh, for being able to offer that discount to our listeners so they can start taking these valuable products.
Oh, absolutely. It as you say, it makes a great Valentine's Day gift because it gives people back that twinkle in their eye, if you will.
I love it. How about you, Carrie?
Hey, Hugh, I wanted to know, when you rub it in, how long does it take to be absorbed?
It is absorbed over about a 3 to 4 hour period. Now, the cream itself, to the touch, it rubs in about 10 seconds. So, you do it in a circular motion. You put it on your inner arm between your wrist and your elbow, that hairless skin between your wrist and your elbow. So you squirt the cream on there, and then you rub it in a circular motion on your side, which is also thin, hairless skin on most people, and rub it around in a circular motion, and it'll disappear in about 10 seconds. Then don't go swimming or anything for, a few hours.
Or use any soap, I would expect. Don't use any soap on it for those 3 to 4 hours as well, right?
Right. I always put it on in the morning when I get out of the shower, and your blood flow's good, and you're clean, your skin is clean, you've got, less oils and things naturally on your skin, and then that way you really absorb it well and quick. And
how do you know how much to take? Can you overdo it? I mean, what if you want to take 3-4 pumps? What's the
do have some people that
process here?
Yeah, it's about 20 milligrams of DHEA per pump press, per full pump press. It's a measured dose pump, airless pump. All the way from the top to the bottom is about 20 milligrams of DHEA. Most people put on 2 squirts in the morning and 2 in the evening, and that's, people that are between the ages of 40 and 60. There's one of our customers who says she puts on 5 squirts a day. We do have a test kit that's available. It's a home DHEA test kit, and you can always find out exactly what your levels are, and we recommend people stay in the normal ranges, and, just use it. It's consistency that matters. It's using it once in the morning, once in the evening, every day, and after a few weeks, you'll know why. You feel the difference, and that's what's amazing about Twist 25.
And it really goes a long way. I mean, depending how much you're using, one bottle of the Twist 25 can last 6 to 8 weeks. So, I mean, it's a really good place to start. I use it 2 pumps in the morning, 2 pumps in the evening, and then again rub a little bit of it between those eyebrows. Now, Hugh, we have about a minute to wrap up. So before we say goodbye to you, can you kind of give some words of encouragement or anything you want to leave with the listeners about Twist 25?
It's all the little things we do each day that keep us healthy. Drink good, clean water, eat right foods, and use Twist 25 DHEA cream with your other supplements, please, and you will feel the difference. That's what I want to leave them with.
All right. Well, we greatly appreciate you, Hugh. And again, listeners, put in the coupon code Forever Young at twist25.com, or when calling 888-489-4782. Again, that's 888-489-4782. Coupon code Forever Young to save 10% off and free shipping. Thanks so much for joining us, Hugh. We look forward to having you on again in a couple maybe next month.
Well, thank you. It's been my pleasure. You guys are fantastic.
Thanks for helping us bring the twinkle back.
Happy Valentine's.
Thank you.
Well, that was a great interview there, Carrie, and I know you're excited that you've experienced the benefits of DHEA, and I'm excited to hear about your response when it comes to Twist 25.
Anything that can help my workouts, I'll tell you. I'll do it day and night. Doesn't make any difference to me, and I'm excited.
I love it. Well, thanks
Looking
for joining
forward
us. Yeah, thanks for joining us for Hour 1. Stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. We have another great show coming up for you in Hour 2 for Forever Young. You're hearing Carrie Nosler and Kelly Capasola. ForeverYoungRadio.com. We'll be right back.